The next is Karma Yoga. That means the action, whatever we are doing, and that should be again, we should be able to learn, and if we do action by planning, the action is more likely to be right to whatever we want to do, and that is very important. And during action, of course, the time and then the self-maintenance, lot of things come, what they teach in the management system, how to execute. The execution is the word used in the management system. So Karma Yoga means execution. Then the Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti generally regarded as, pray God, and that is one aspect of it. But more important aspect is you concentrate on whatever you are doing, and that is the Bhakti. If you are working in the bank, okay, do that, try to do that work perfectly. If you are a teacher, try to teach, with your heart. This is how Bhakti is, doing the work with concentration. And then comes the Raja Yoga, where as I told you earlier, the asana, pranayama and dhyan. Now, how that differs from exercise? Yoga is a physical as well as exercise, or you may say the mental exercise, in the sense that this asana, pranayama and all that, not only they help you in your bodily, rather to stimulate your bodily function, but also to it gives sort of psychological rest and or the rest to the brain, and that is how your concentration capacity may increase if you do yoga properly. But of course that won't replace exercise. For example, if you are a child, if you are a young person, exercise is also necessary along with yoga to keep ourselves healthy. Now look at the slide again. At the end, I have written moksha, that is union with God. Now this concept is very akin to Indian philosophy. It means that, meeting with the God, the union with the God, if we think properly, if we do the work properly, for the benefit or for the good of ourselves, family and society, if we do the work with concentration and to keep ourselves healthy, if we follow the rules of, how to keep healthy, which we have talked earlier, then at the end of our period of existence, we realize that yes, whatever I wanted in life, I have achieved. I am quite happy. I am at peace, and that moment you realize the God within you. You realize the God within you when you perform your duty, and that's what is called as moksha. As I told you earlier, the godly thoughts do visit us that, okay, no, this is not good, this is good, you should do this. And so if we go on doing this good and follow the rules of what we call as a good for the society and all that, at the end we realize that yes, I have done my duties, and that is what moksha is. Moksha is nothing else but that feeling, that ultimate feeling of, what I wanted I achieved, and that is why I have put that life and living. Now look at the slide. How and what for? Naturally, these are the different words which we uttered. I want to be happy, but at the same time, if I follow this yoga or the principles of management religiously, then I will feel krutartha. Krutartha means yes, I am content. I got whatever I want, and that is what is called as moksha. So this is how, you know, the what we call as a mind, and the happiness of mind or psychological well-being is to be achieved by living life. And if we live life according to the concept of Gita philosophy, we are going to feel happy, kritartha at the end of our life, and that is what moksha is, and that is what one should opt for. Thank you.